This bin through QC Supply was a little bit more than what Steve had quoted me, but it showed up the same day, and I'm wasting money on protein until the other one gets here, so it's a wash for me in that respect. But actually, I just found out I got another hole. Kind of wore through right there. Some of that. See, I mean, that's basically small pebbles. See that?
Yeah.
That's what those decad anionic salts and stuff are.
So I know, like G&W at their feed mill, we put better.
Yeah, might have. You want me to go inside and pull?
I'm gonna have to cut it.
I can come from the inside and push it through. Well,
if I take my ladder, I mean,
all of that stuff over there. That's what I spent 3 hours just hand shoveling out of here because you can't get a skid loader in here. You can see how high it was on the shed there. But we had when that protein spilled too, all of this under here was, you know, when we pulled the flex auger out, that's what leaked out and everything. So it was a mess to get cleaned up. The old bulk bin is taking on too much water. And I don't know if it's in the seams or if it was somewhere, because when you stand on the inside of the old bulk bin and you look up on a bright day, you can't see any holes. So it was weird to think that it's taken on water like it was, but the protein in those metal bins too just doesn't like to flow very well. And I've been told in a poly bin, the protein flows a little better, so it shouldn't bridge up. Yeah, this is the old bin here, so you can see like how many sledgehammer marks and hammer marks are on the sides of it, because it's just that protein. I don't know if it's just the fats in it or what, but the fats or the soybean meal or whatever Jake puts in there, it just does not flow at all. So my hope was with the poly bin, I never have to be out here tapping on it.
years ago, I started a job, and my boss at the being I'm gonna put it. I just need to fix it, so I'll put a metal one on. Well, then you if you crank it too hard, it'll start cracking.
Yeah.
Like motors, you're probably looking at. I don't know.
Pretty sure they're tight. They look tight. Imagine my surprise last week. We get done chopping up at my brother's place. It's like a 105-degree heat index. Right when we get done, I get a call from the Vector, our feeding system, that says it wasn't getting protein. And in these bins is where some of the feed the cows eat is, but 2 of them specifically go to the robots, but the other ones go to our Vector. And one of them, which was this bin, this bin, was plugged. Which means we tried running the motor and the auger that pulls the protein out would not move. So that night I grabbed a winch, tried pulling the auger out to see why it was plugged, and everything broke. What I mean by everything is, I'll just grab it. Hold on, I'll show you what broke. When I went to pull the flex auger out, this is what's connected to the bottom of these bins. You can see that one's black, that one's orange, those ones over there are clear. Well, when I started pulling on it, it just ripped this off the bottom of the bin. And they filled it the day before. So now we have 15 ton of protein trying to work its way out of the bin with nowhere to go, and the augers are shot. So that ended up being a long night of trying to auger the protein. We got a 20-foot auger, shoved it under where the broken bin was, let the protein flow into this 20-foot long 6-inch auger. The auger went into my mixer mill. We took it from the mixer mill, dumped it in the kitchen, let the grabber do it. That ended up being a disaster because this protein is really flowy meaning it doesn't like stick together real well. So when the grabber was trying to take it over, it would leak. So we ended up taking the corn out of the corn bin, putting the corn in the kitchen, which that does work okay, and then putting the protein in the corn bin. So after today, sorry, we got it fixed today. After tomorrow, the corn will be in the corn bin, the protein will be in the new protein bin, and that bin's going to the scrapyard, unless one of you wants it. I don't recommend it. So it's been an interesting week.
You don't have a better bad idea than this?
This is the best bad idea we have, sir. By far.
Yep. So this is where the old bin was sitting. This is a 14-ton poly bin. Why did I choose poly over metal? This protein is, the base is soybean meal. It's crushed soybeans. When you see soybeans out in the field, they combine them, we take them to a plant, they dry them, they crush them, they bring them here. Before they bring it here, they mix it with a bunch of other minerals and vitamins and fats and binders and other things. And I think sometimes those fats in these metal bins can stick. My hope is that the poly bin, it flows a lot better. Towards the last year or so, that bin, the old one, was calling me way too much because in the middle of the night, the protein would bridge up. And for the first couple of years, it never called. So I'm hoping to go onto this, fixes that. So what we did today, I should say, yesterday, I had a crane come by because we can't just, we got these bins surrounding this. We can't just pile it out of here. We had a crane lift the old bin out, put this bin in. And then today, we had the crew come help us get this one installed. So the first thing we did was just made sure we had a home and a trajectory to get it up into the building. We kind of had to cross over the other auger over here. But then we had to send it all the way up above the MFR, connect the PVC pipe to the, the discharge housing. And then after all that was, then we had to glue it all. After it was glued together and bolted on, then we grabbed the metal flighting, which is the actual flex auger part itself. I'm gonna hop on this side. Tell me if I'm gonna slow down. We shove that inside till it goes up to the motor. We connect it to the motor. Got some straw bales back there. I had a weld in that elbow and about a month later it broke. Just to warn you, you can drive through it, it's just gonna drop a little bit.
Yeah, but we're actually just gonna get rid of it.
Sure. We come back here and we kind of stretch it a little bit. This way it's not loose sitting around there, otherwise it'll flop around inside the PVC pipe. So you pull it kind of tight, not too tight, within reason. Pull it tight so this way it's nice and taut and doesn't bounce around. Cut it off, bolt it to the bearing, put the bearing in the boot, bolt the bearing down, and now we should be ready to go throw a bunch of protein in here. So why do we feed protein to the dairy cows? It's a lot of the same reasons why we feed protein to people. It's a great energy source. I mean, we found out long time ago in the dairy industry that if you can feed high quality alfalfa to dairy cows, they give more milk. And before we understood it was protein, that's why high quality alfalfa had allowed cows to give more milk. It was the protein. So as we found out, as we kind of advanced our feeding techniques and our rations and the cow's energy demands and their energy needs and what we can and what we can't supply, we found out soybean meal is a wonderful addition to a cow's diet because it can add protein. And so then again, in that mineral mix, we add fats, we add some other minerals and vitamins and binders and yeast and things like that, just to help give the cow a really overall well-balanced diet. This gets mixed in with their corn silage, their alfalfa silage. We get a little bit of liquid whey, which is in that big green tank behind me. And then to top off the cow's ration, they get a little bit of ground corn in there, just again, to help with their energy demands. So the goal is for this to never call me again. Kelly, thanks for asking this. She said, how's your dad doing? I was overseas, and the last video I saw was the one where you showed us where everything happened and how that made an impression in the way the corn grew. Yeah, you can still see like the path where the ambulance is and all the emergency vehicles took. So he actually got moved a lot closer to home, which is great. He's only about an hour from here now. He got moved to like a really intense rehab facility. I think he's doing rehab like almost until 2 o'clock every day. They start pretty early. He gets a break. They do more. He gets a break. They do more. He eats lunch. They do more, and then I think he kind of wraps up around 2, and then they do a shower and kind of some other cleanup stuff later in the day. So he said, we went down to see him yesterday. He said he's tired at the end of the day. I mean, he's working. This is his job now. So, but all the physical therapists and everybody there have said he is working really, really hard. He's in good spirits. He stood up for the first time on the 31st, which was great. He was able to take some steps yesterday, like in one of those kind of walkways with the railings. So that's a huge improvement overall. He's tubeless. He has no feeding tubes, no drain tubes, nothing. Completely tubeless. He's wireless. Let's put it that way. And yeah, don't know what time he'll be home. If it'll be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month yet. These next few weeks at this intense rehab place will tell us a lot. If he gets through with that and he made a marked improvement, maybe he'll go home. If he needs a little bit more, he might go to like the next place, kind of a step down from that, and kind of get a little stronger and then go home. So the end, hopefully, is in sight. All right, none of our girls are locked up. 1, 2, 3. She is a 40-day.
Yep, pregnant. And I think this one's going to be a winner. Everybody loves a baby.
Okay, and then that ugly jersey looking one we need, and then 302 here we need. And these are both 33 days.
She's pregnant.
Okay. And I believe it was this one.
Yeah, that's 261.
Yep. Remember that calf that was born in the freestall barn? This is her 6th breeding.
She's open.
I'll have to see what I want to do with her yet. Okay, that one's pregnant, that one's pregnant, that one's open. If I want to rebreed her or not. Well, she's at 100 pounds still.
Yeah.
Might be worth another shot yet. $457 over there. Seems like when we get these kind of warm up, cool down, the flies really come out crazy.
Yeah,
all right, we'll put her in a headlock. We got 2 more 90s and a 33 day. What are you gonna do here, honey? Where you going? Where you going?
She's pregnant.
Pregnant? All right. You have to get a double jointed shoulder.
Yeah.
All right, 431 and 453. All right.
Try to get shorty.
I believe, yeah, it's this one and that one.
Try this.
That one is a 33 day. This pen, it pays off to use your left arm usually.
Yeah.
Girls, can't we all just get along? Yeah, 302 is the only one I was kind of hoping was going to settle, but what do you do?
That 6th breeding one.
Yeah.
She's on her vacation now.
Oh,
She's on
okay.
her cruise, so
Well, that's good timing.
that should help.
Let it heal.
Yeah.
Toby.
Are you dehorning today, or you want to?
Oh, we'll probably wait a little bit. There's not too many to do, actually. We got caught up quite a bit last week. This is his signature move.
Okay, that sounds good then.
Toby. He's done this since he was a pup. He just comes up.
He just wants to be with us. He's part of the conversation.
Hi. Can't ignore him when he does that. essentially what happened was we just pregnancy checked 7 animals. So 3 of them, we checked 3 times. We checked the first time after the initial breeding 33 days prior, and then we do check them 1 week later to make sure that pregnancy held on. And then we check them, what's 50 days? How many weeks is that? 5, 6 weeks, 6.5-ish weeks, 7 weeks. So at 90 days, because usually what statistically, like at 90 days, if they still have it, there's like a 95% chance they're gonna hang on to it.
Higher.
So we started doing that system 10 or more years ago. But as far as what you're looking for inside, that's your territory. Like, what are you feeling for?
When I feel a uterus at 30 days, I see some fluid and I just see a little bitty, the fetus just starting. And then at 40 days, we start to see a little bit more of that fetus. It starts to develop. And then at the 90 days, it's much bigger. We see the calf, we see the cotyledons, all the development that comes on with the calf.
Do you look for gender at any other dairies?
I don't. That's usually about 65, 70 days.
Yeah.
So
that used to be a thing, I feel like, and we haven't done that in a long time.
No, it's kind of one of those.
It doesn't change anything anyways.
Doesn't change much. So,
yeah. Dr. Hauser always liked to try to see, like, oh, I think that one's a bull, that one's a heifer.
Right,
I always
right.
forgot to write it down anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of, healthy calf is what we're looking for.
Yeah, we used to do blood testing, and then we used to do milk testing, and then you always end up having to retest one because the sample was bad, and then it delayed when you could rebreed them by a week, and that's a week's more worth of feed and time. And yeah, we've been doing, I feel like the industry standard is usually ultrasound, palpation.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Yeah, no news is good news. Okay. Do you have a vegetable garden, fruit trees, berry bushes, nut trees, and things that directly feed to just your own family? Or do you use milk from your own herd, chickens, pigs? We have chickens, but they're supposed to stay in the chicken coop. Sometimes they escape. Chicken, how did you get out? Those chickens aren't supposed to be out. Oh, that would have been my time to catch it right there. Dang it. We'll come back for it. Because the milk inspector doesn't like them being down in the milk cow barn. We do have an apple tree. I think my great grandma planted this tree, if I remember correctly. Or was it here when they moved here? My dad should know. I could ask him. I forget what my grandma told me. And then my grandma had a garden once that like took up this whole yard. I mean, it had to have been like 1/4 of an acre. But my wife has some raised garden beds, strawberries, rhubarb, sweet corn, there's a pumpkin. I forget what else is even over here. We have apples. We got 3 apple trees. We got a Dutchie, a Macintosh, a Wolf River, and then we just put a peach tree in over there. That little guy's a peach tree. I forget what else Jamie has in here. Zucchini. That's kind of the gist of it. There's a bin monitor that Premier Co-op from Wisconsin can see how full it is. I just got to take it off. Although I hate this ladder, the rungs are so far apart. I don't like how much this is wobbling. I don't like this. Anybody remember that TikTok sound? Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this. I can feel it wobbling. It's like making me car sick. Wow, I don't have a problem with heights, but like knowing this isn't anchored down, this is like giving me the heebie-jeebies here. I don't like it. You're asking why didn't you grab this before you moved it? Well, I didn't think about it. Okay.
And Hulk. Smash.
I don't really know what the best way to do this is, to be honest with you. There she goes. Whee! And it farted at me.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was
Awesome.
That was cool. Anybody want to buy a used bulk bin? Howdy ho, neighborino. This bin the protein just couldn't keep flowing, and I feel like, oh shoot, I lost my pliers. But even if you scraped it all off of there, I just don't think that protein, it just wasn't going to keep flowing around there. It was just taking on water right where the seam is, no matter what I put on there. And even up there, there's a couple holes. Now that it's down here, you can kind of see where the water's been coming in at. Yep, up there's a weird spot. Well, guess that's all she wrote. Let's go around both. That's gonna scare the snot out of the cows. I go dragging it past them.